Yo, what's going on, guys? And we're doing my off-season predictions for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their season ended disappointingly in a similar fashion. Paul George injured. Kawhi Leonard, knee getting injured. Do they keep him? Let's talk about it. Off-season prediction, off-season preview. A report from Mark Medina of sportsnot.com says the Clippers remain committed to keeping Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Despite these latest developments, the Clippers remain committed to retaining Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, according to a person familiar with their thinking that was not authorized to discuss publicly. While Leonard and George have 2 seasons left on their contract, both players have player options for next offseason. Leonard is expected to narrow in on various offseason rehab options in the coming weeks, and some of the options may not require surgery. Regardless of whatever rehab option Leonard takes, the Clippers remain optimistic he will recover in time for the 23-24 season, and he might not be out for the full season next year. So let's talk about this. Let me hear your expectations. We're going to go ahead and assume that Kawhi and Paul stay. They went 44-38. They have the 30th overall pick and the 48th pick. I expect them to take probably the most NBA-ready player available. That could be Tracy Jackson Davis. That could be James Nanji. That could be Jaime Jaquez Jr. I think they'll take an older guy who can come in and make, an impact on day one. So, obviously, different season, same end results for the Clippers. Eliminated from the postseason for the second time in 3 seasons, with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on the sidelines and street clothes. The $356 million investment that owner Steve Ballmer made to the roster this season saw Paul George and Leonard play a total of 38 games together. They went 24-14 in those games. The offseason brings the same questions we've asked each of the previous 3 years. Can Leonard and George stay healthy enough to lead the Clippers deep in the playoffs to actually have a chance to win a championship? Because as of right now, it's yet to be seen. But at the same time, we do know that potentially it could happen. So let's talk about it. We're assuming that Russell Westbrook will be brought back. For how much money? Who knows? That's $1 million question. How much does Russell Westbrook, did I say Wilson? Russell Westbrook deserves, okay? How much money does he deserve? That's a big question. We'll talk about that in a second. So, Mason Plumlee, Russell Westbrook, and Xavier Moon and Musa Diabate are free agents. Musa Diabate and Xavier Moon are restricted. I expect him to come back. Mason Plumlee, he'll probably get picked up by another contending team, and Russell Westbrook will probably come back. He loved it here. And this team has the deepest roster in the NBA with 13 players returning. Russell Westbrook and Mason Plumlee are their only pending free agents. As, like I said, Xavier Moon and Diabate were two-ways who will probably be brought back. And because of the new collective bargaining agreement, the Clippers have only the $3.8 million non-bird exception to offer Westbrook, who's earned $339 million in his career, so he'll sign that. The Clippers do have Plumlee's bird rights and can exceed the salary cap to sign the center, despite being over $162 million tax threshold. The contract that starts at $8 million would cost an additional $55 million towards the luxury tax. And the Clippers do have 11 players earning between $1.8 million and $20 million, including $60 million in expiring contracts, and have shown an aggressiveness to churning over the roster each year. Because they're projected over the $179 million second apron, they can only take back 110% of salary sent out in any trade. The following season, LA cannot aggregate contracts in a trade if it is in the second tax apron again. So the Clippers are over the tax for the 4th straight season, making them a repeater tax team. And with $202 million in salary, including $20.9 million of a Eric Gordon non-guaranteed contract, the Clippers project to pay a $175 million penalty. The $377 million in contracts committed is second highest in league history. Gordon's contract becomes guaranteed on the 28th. Brandon Boston Jr. and Jason Preston become guaranteed on June 30th and July 2nd. So the top offseason priority for the front office will be determining the roster. They move into a new stadium in 24 to 25, and they want to have star power. So keeping George and Leonard is important. And they'll be penalized significantly for being over the second apron again. But it's a wise investment considering that George and Leonard have played 41% of the games. Like, that's the big question. Is it a wise decision? The new CBA gives each player the ability to decline his player option and sign an extension that starts with a lower first-year salary. Doing so would give the Clippers flexibility moving forward and give the players long-term financial security, but with less money coming in the first season, which would be in 24-25. If the Clippers don't sign Leonard and George to extensions, would they look for trade suitors or play out the season? In the scenario that they both decline their options and sign with different teams, the Clippers would enter a new building with cap space, but led by a roster with Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, Ivac Zubac, Amir Coffey, and Bones Highland. Plumlee is probably going to get an extension, but he could be poached by a team. It would just have to come at a significant cost. But he averaged 7.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 20 minutes a night for them. Eric Gordon, Jason Preston, BJ Boston, Terrence Mann, and Marcus Morris can all get extensions. They need to get a point guard this offseason and have consistency. John Wall, Russell Westbrook, Reggie Jackson, Terrence Mann have all played point guard. If Westbrook leaves, that leaves Mann as the projected starting point guard. And the Clippers averaged 117 points and went 12-7 with Mann at point starting. The Clippers averaged 1.21 points per possession when Mann brought the ball up. That was better than George and slightly below Leonard. In the past 2 seasons, they've used 52 different starting lineups, tied for the 9th most in the NBA. After the Eric Gordon trade and the pick swap with Houston, the Clippers have Milwaukee's first-round pick, the 30th overall, which, again, they're going to take an NBA-ready player. The Clippers owe Oklahoma City picks in 24 and 26, the first rounds, and a swap in 25, as well as the Clippers are able to control their picks in 27, 28, and 29, and have 6 second-round picks. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys expect to happen? I'm telling you right now, I fully expect, like, Paul George and Kawhi to stay, but I don't know. I really expect the same team. There's not much that they can do. Just run it back, guys. Have fun with that. Like, that's kind of their plan. I mean, if you think it's smart, go ahead. Give them kudos. I think it's pretty stupid. Because, okay, let's just keep doing the same. What's the rule of insanity? Doing the same thing and expecting different results? That's what I think they are. If they keep doing this, they're just insane because they're doing the same thing and expecting different results. My dad always told me the rule of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. So that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Are you guys in agreement with me, or am I just an idiot for thinking that? I don't think so. I'm an idiot for thinking that. I think it's a sound conclusion because it's pretty dumb. So I'm going to leave. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good jazz. I am going to peace out. Till next time, guys. I hope you have a good day, because I know I will. Till next time, guys. Peace out, everybody. But seriously, thank you for watching. If you did, your viewership is greatly appreciated and does not get taken for granted in the slightest. So if you guys want to support me, I'm going to the University of Miami for graduate school. It's going to cost me a bunch of money, but it's going to be what I need for my future, I hope. So for me, that's the thought process, all right? And the hope, all right? And if there was anything else, let me know that you guys would like to hear. I'll talk about it in the future. And I thought I was going to do the Clippers thing. I'll probably do the Clippers thing in a separate video, just because I know that'll get clicks from you guys. So have a good one. Peace out. Bye-bye.